When that blue LPG flame sputters out for the last time, usually right in the middle of making dinner, you're suddenly forced to face rising cylinder costs and unpredictable shortages. For many, that means an immediate jump to an electric alternative. But in the rush to replace the gas stove, buyers are treating electric cooktops like they are all exactly the same machine. That panic leads directly to buying the wrong appliance. If you look at who is actually buying these things, you'll see three completely different profiles. You have the budget-conscious bachelor cooking for one, the high-volume family running heavy pressure cookers every day, and the traditionalist who refuses to give up their old clay and aluminum pots. If you are feeding a family of 5, but you pick up a cooktop built for that bachelor, you aren't saving money. You're going to end up with ruined meals, massive delays, and an appliance that struggles to do the bare minimum. When you search for a cooktop online, the platforms train you to sort by the highest wattage or the lowest price. We naturally assume the biggest number or the cheapest deal equals the best product. Grab the absolute cheapest option, and you will find out very quickly that it takes an entire hour just to bring a pot of water to a boil or cook a simple batch of dal. On the other hand, if you buy the premium high-spec model without checking the technology, you might unpack it, set it up, and realize that literally none of your existing pots and pans will even heat up on it. Looking at this chart, you can see why brand loyalty won't save you. Finding the right cooktop means mapping your daily cooking volume on the y-axis and cookware flexibility on the x-axis. You must match your specific profile to the specific technology. The first major split in that technology is between standard induction and infrared. Standard induction is the absolute leader when it comes to raw speed and energy efficiency. This cross-section shows how induction achieves efficiency. Electromagnetic waves bypass the glass surface, interacting directly with the metal pot base to generate heat. But this relies on magnetism. If you use aluminum, copper, or clay pots, the waves bounce off. The pot stays cold. That direct metal heating also means there is no hot surface to utilize. If your cooking style requires roasting rotis or papad directly over the heat source, induction simply cannot do it. That brings us to the alternative, infrared or radiant cooktops. This is the machine for the cookware traditionalist. Infrared works like your old stove. Internal coils heat the glass red, transferring heat into any pot. But flexibility costs energy. Heating the glass wastes power, spiking your bill. Plus, the surface stays dangerously hot after use, creating a severe burn risk. You have a clear binary choice to make. You either adopt induction for maximum efficiency and safety, or you choose infrared to retain the freedom to use your old pots and traditional cooking styles. Once you pick the technology, you have to navigate the wattage spectrum. You'll see models heavily advertised, anywhere from 1200 watts all the way past 2200 watts. The 1200 to 1500 watt tier is the ultra-budget entry point. It's cheap up front, but it has severe limitations. At this level, the machine simply lacks the power to push heat through a heavy, fully loaded pressure cooker. If you are trying to prepare a complex dinner for a family, a 1200-watt machine is going to test your patience and waste your evening. To accurately replicate the speed and power of a traditional gas stove, you need to step up to the 1800 to 2100-watt tier. This is where the machine can handle the demands of a modern kitchen. You get the ability to maintain a rapid rolling boil, and you can manage heavy deep frying without the oil temperature dropping every time you add food. But there is a hidden trap if you go above 2100 watts. Those ultra-powerful models are great on paper, but if you run them at maximum power without discipline, they will drastically inflate your monthly electricity bill. You end up losing all the money you saved by switching away from LPG. Wattage is a strict balancing act. The goal is to purchase exactly enough power to comfortably handle your heaviest daily meal and not a single watt more. Beyond the heating elements, brands love to market sleek, flat touch panels. They look incredibly premium on the box, and they are undeniably easy to wipe down. But the second you start cooking in a real kitchen, the flaws show up. If your hands are wet or greasy, or if a pot of water boils over onto the controls, these capacitive touch panels frequently freeze up and become completely unresponsive. Contrast that with the traditional push-button layout. They don't look as modern, but they solve the problem. physical push buttons remain the gold standard for durability. In a chaotic kitchen environment where oil splatters and spills happen daily, a mechanical button is simply going to survive the abuse. That external durability needs to be matched by internal protection. The feature that actually dictates the lifespan of your cooktop is built-in 4 kilovolt surge protection and auto shutoff. Regional voltage fluctuations are a reality. One bad power surge will instantly fry the delicate circuit boards inside a cheap, unprotected model, turning it into electronic waste overnight. Prioritizing tactile physical buttons and internal electrical shielding over a sleek aesthetic is the only reliable way to ensure your cooktop actually survives its first year of heavy use. This flowchart breaks down your decision matrix. It starts with one question. Do you need to use old clay pots or roast roadies directly? If yes, your exact match is an infrared cooktop. You keep your favorite kadais, but accept slower heating times. Giving up those old pots loops you down the no path to induction. Ask the second question. Who are you cooking for? If you are cooking for 1 or 2 people, take the low capacity route. Your match is a 1200 to 1600 watt induction machine. It's highly affordable and perfectly engineered for basic meals. If you represent a high volume family, you take the high capacity route. Your match is an 1800 to 2100 watt induction cooktop, giving you the heat output to replace your gas stove entirely. Stick to this decision tree that prevents you from being distracted by flashy marketing and ensures you don't buy a machine that is fundamentally incompatible with your daily life. Replacing an LPG cylinder with an electric cooktop means you are entirely shifting your kitchen's architecture. It requires a deliberate, practical strategy. You extract the maximum value out of these appliances only when their technical specifications perfectly align with the volume of food you cook and the tools you use to cook it. By accurately identifying your own household profile, you can ignore the market noise, filter out the gimmicks, and purchase exactly what you need to keep your kitchen running smoothly.